So it was just a couple of days ago where I got this email I shared with you guys about a woman whose husband has himself some kinks that she's not real comfortable with. Okay.
She stumbled across them. There were videos he was watching online.
Right.
And I think she was the one that brought it up to him, if I remember correctly. And she's like, yeah, I ain't down to do this. And he's like, well, I ain't asking you to do it. I just like watching other people do it.
Right. So she thought that, okay, if this is really going to make him happy, her idea was, what if I send this dude to Vegas, my husband to Vegas? You know what? He has these women perform these things on him. He'll be satisfied. He'll come home to me. So I presented that to you guys, and what was the overall consensus?
No.
Yeah, don't do that. If he didn't ask for that, why would you bring that to the table yourself?
Right.
Like the two of you should sit down. And as Abby always says, 99% of the emails we get can be solved with what?
An adult conversation.
Right.
About doing adult things. And maybe there is a compromise here of being able to, like, he can still watch those videos so he can, you know, live out those kinks to a certain capacity. And maybe you and him could do something that isn't going to make you insanely uncomfortable.
I thought that there was a lot of danger in a conversation like that. Because first of all, if you throw that out there and he takes you up on it, that's going to freak you out. All right. And secondly, if he goes out there and takes you up on it, he's going to want to go again.
Absolutely.
And again.
And you may never see him again.
Right. He's moving to Vegas. Okay. So I get a follow-up. Bert, thank you for talking about my message on the show. I listened to all your advice, and it was all so good. This has been weighing on me for so long. So I know you love a good follow-up, and I can't give you a complete closure, though. I sat my husband down last night and made the suggestion, which we told her not to do, right?
Yes, we did.
I didn't phrase it like this was a gift. I said something like, what do you think of the idea of you going to Vegas and getting this taken care of to see if this fantasy is really what you want? Well, he looked startled, she writes.
I would have thought it was a setup.
Yeah.
Right. Started to look around for the cameras and stuff. He looked startled, like very confused, she writes. He said he was taken off guard and wasn't sure how to react. We've been with each other for a long time, and yet I still couldn't read him. I literally have no idea what he thought of the suggestion. If anything, I might have picked up on some panic, which is what you're talking about. Like,
yes.
What am I supposed to do?
What is going on?
Right?
Do I say no? Do I say yes? Do I say I don't know?
You're starting to go through the ramifications in your head, right? The repercussions, I should say, in your head.
Right.
And at some point or another, I think you get old enough to where you realize that you can say, like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to answer that right now.
Yep.
I'm going to take a beat pause here.
Let's table this.
And I'm going to circle back. Way too many times in my life have I thought that I needed to say something, and then it was the wrong decision. Anyway, this guy's smarter than I am. She says, anyway, if my husband is anything, he's smart. He said he needed a day or two to think about it. So we're going to circle back sometime over the weekend. If you're interested, I'll let you know what his final decision is. Are we interested?
Definitely interested. Please.
So now what happens? Let's play this out, okay?
Okay.
If he says no, she's always going to think that this is really what he wants.
Well, she's going to have to get over that. Like, if he says no, this is a grown man making grown decisions. If he says no, then he's telling you he doesn't need that. He just wants to watch it, so let him watch it.
It's possible that for him, it's just a fantasy. Like, maybe he wouldn't actually enjoy it happening to him in real life, but there's something exciting about experiencing it over video or having control of it, like, in his head. So if he says no, it's very possible that it's just not something that he feels like he could handle in real life.
Or maybe you can just pour warm chocolate pudding on his chest and call it a day.
Yeah.
You think that's what this was? Huh?
That's what she won't do.
And I don't blame her.
I do wonder what it is, though, because she says she wants
I wanna know.
It's something that's being done to him, but she wants no part in it. To me, I'm like, it'd be one thing if it was something done to her and you're like, no. But if it's you, like, I wonder if it's a moral thing, if she just doesn't have the confidence. Like, I need the details.
It could be just like, it could be like a simple spanking. She's just like, no, Spanking you?
Woman,
No.
not the
It
way-
ain't that.
It ain't that.
No, it's got to be something.
It either has to do with lemonade and chocolate pudding,
Oh, man.
or it has to do with him receiving something.
I bet it's that one. That would be
Yes.
my.
It takes her wearing an apparatus for him to receive it.
Yes. That's what I think it is.
You think that's what it is?
100%.
This is more fun than trying to have.
Well, if it's the latter, I can find some people who can hook them up. Not
know-
me.
you know
Somebody else.
somebody?
I know other people.
Wait. You know a person?
Yeah, I've had several people on my podcast talk about this.
Really?
Yeah.
That
so
he came to her and said, you got to do this type thing?
I think it was more like the reverse. Like they were like, hey, I enjoy doing this to other people. Saddle up.
Really?
All right.
All righty.
The Bert Show.